Absolutely right.
That's beautiful.
So the key idea, let me share with you what I think, the philosophical idea, because it's a book of opposites, because that's what I'm exploring. So it's a book which I hope is very deep but very funny. It's a book which is very practical but philosophical.
Right.
It's experiential, but it's also about understanding.
Right.
It's wants to satisfy your head, but it's leading you to your heart.
Correct.
All of these things, it's actually spirit, essence, but it ends up in the body.
Yeah.
These are all having to come together. And that's based on this philosophy, which I call paralogical. Paralogical.
Okay.
So it's a way of thinking. It's a way of approaching things. So that the normal way that we approach things on the surface is logically. And logic is great for the surface. It enables us to create cameras, rooms, architecture, everything.
Okay.
Enables us to work this out because it's this or it's not this.
Right.
And that's how we work. And within this parameter of reality, it's really good. But when we come to understand the depths of reality, it doesn't work. Because at the depths is paradox. Okay. And logic says either or.
Right.
But paradox is both and.
Okay.
It's both yin and yang at the same time. You can't separate the two.
That ties up with quantum physics in a way, because the surface level seems like classical physics, right? And the deeper level seems to be this non-locality, this...
Yes, perfect. I'm glad you jumped straight there, because that's where I want to go.
But that's what it sounds like.
Brilliant. Great, exactly that.
I'm on the same page with you, right?
This is exactly, it's literally on the page, because that's right. So when we're coming at that from the quantum physics, is, when you go to the quantum level, is it a wave? Is it a particle?
Right.
It's both. It's both and. The great Niels Bohr, the quantum physicist, one of the quotes I use from his, which I love, is he says, for the opposite of a trivial truth, what I call a surface truth, the opposite of a trivial truth is false. But the opposite of a deep truth is also true.
Right.
Now, that's deep. That is deep. So what it's saying is that here in the Newtonian world, logic. Don't abandon that. You'll be really lost without it.
Right, you need that.
But come down to the depths of reality, you need paralogic.
Okay.
You need to be able to see that for logic, a paradox is a problem to be solved.
Right.
But for paralogic, paradox, or what I call paradoxity, is the solution that you're looking for.
Right.
So that, as Niels Bohr said, we've begun to find a paradox, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I look at this through those eyes of both and suddenly I can get it in a new way. So, like in my hand, but I also know through physics it's not there, that it's nearly all empty space.
Right. 99.9%,
Yeah, 99.39 emptiness. Right.
Absolutely,
incredible. So here's my head.
Yeah.
It's not there.
It's there.
It's there.
Right.
Whoa.
So you have surfaced now.
Yeah. So it's like, which is it? Well, it's both. It's both there and not there. We were talking earlier about the mystery. And I said, it's all a mystery. Well, it is all a mystery, but I'm using words, I'm talking to you, I know a load of stuff. So I both know and I don't know what this is, which is true. They're both true. And what I found is if you start applying this both and paralogical perception to anything, physics, spirituality, relationships, suddenly you get a new perspective, which is deeper. You can see more.
Talking about deeper, you covered quite a few topics like deep awake, deep knowing, deep self.
Yeah.
Can you throw a little light on that?
Well, what I've tried to do in the book is to try and create a new language to talk about a very ancient topic, which is awakening, which is my primary interest.
Okay.
Changing consciousness. And so I use the word deep, not just that word, but I do use that word a lot, just to get this simple metaphor of, look, you can live on the surface of life, and then you can still be on the surface, but you're seeing the depths.
Yeah. Basically local and non-local.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Okay. Just like on the surface there's a hand, but underneath there's quantum possibilities.
Yes.
Here it's all logically fixed and determined.
Okay.
Here it could be anything.
Okay.
And why I think that's so crucial to spirituality is like we're at a non-dual conference.
Yes.
And the thing which has been striking me, and I know it's heretical for people, but I seem to be a born heretic, whatever I've written about in all my books, seems to be heretical in one way or another.
Okay.
But I really think non-dual philosophy, as it's being articulated often at the moment, is really missing something. And because of that, it has the potential to be really misleading. And it's almost like there's a suffering which comes from being involved in separateness. Mm-hmm. Non-duality is the medicine, but there's side effects. Mm. And then people suffer from the side effects.
So what do you propose?
And what I'm saying is that non-duality on its own is only one side of the equation. It's still an either or. It's it's not two. Well, it is two.
Yeah.
But it's also one.
Okay.
That paradox in the yin yang or with Niels Bohr.
Yeah.
Get the paradox. It is both separate and not separate.
Right.
It is both a mystery and the known. It is both. There is both a self sitting here addressing another self on this amazing human journey in time.
Okay.
And it's all now, and it's a great nothing, and we're this big spacious field, and that's the foundation of reality.
It's a live field also.
Yeah. I tell you what it makes me think of. It makes, when people reduce it, when people go, no, this is all an illusion.
Yeah.
You know, you and I, Tim, he's an illusion, and really there's just the oneness. It's a bit like taking this building we're in and going, this building is really just the foundations. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's the whole building. If it didn't have the foundations, it wouldn't exist. But it's not just the foundations. This is not just the quantum field.
The building is the wave, basically.
Yeah, it's the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're right up to...
I got it. Okay. I got it. Right. Okay, so the deeper level is non-local, basically, and what you see
is local. And both are real.
Both are real.
Or you can say both are an illusion, but don't prejudice one over the other.
No.
They're both... when I say that the non-duality that's becoming popular or has been, I think it's changing. Why I say it has side effects, the medicine has side effects, is because you end up in a world where you've got that from this pole, there's no free will, everything's just happening, But then when you come back to this world, suddenly it's like, oh, Tim hasn't got any free will. Well, that's not true. That's not true. If you come out to the oneness, there's no Tim. So the issue doesn't arise. There's no one to have free will. But come into this, and clearly I'm choosing to do things.
Right.
And and take away that obviousness, or it's a bit like, me sitting here with you and going, you're not there. Well, it's kind of like the end of the conversation because you are there. And if I hit you, you will hurt.
Yeah.
And then I go, well, it doesn't matter. You're not really hurting because there's no you.
Right.
So there's no pain. And at the end of the day, you've destroyed our humanity. So you've taken this mystery, and in thinking you've explained it, you've just destroyed it.
So what you're really saying is, or proposing to the world is, look, there is a way to perceive all these things. There's perceive it as it is.
Yes.
The perception should improve. What you perceive now is not the whole story.
Yes.
There is a deeper domain here which you need to understand.
Yes.
That will give you the whole picture.
Yes, or more of it at least.
More of it.
There's probably infinite. But and that you don't have to push one pole away to embrace the other.
Right.
So all you need to do, and tell you, it makes it so much easier.
It is. I can see
for people to wake up.
No, because it ties up perfectly with quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
So there's a logic there.
Yes.
It's not just storytelling.
Yes.
It's not some, brainwashing or something. It has a solid logic behind it.
Yes.
What you're saying.
Yes.
So, okay, that's fantastic.